friends, welcome back to Over Easy Acres. I can't tell you how excited I've been to see new subscribers, so if you're new here, welcome. This is where I spend a lot of the time filming what's happening because I do love to bake, and today is no different. So I'll just catch you up quickly on what I'm doing because this is Sunday, so you'll probably see this tomorrow or the next day. But I've made my sourdough bread and I just pulled it out of the oven. This will be good for sandwiches tomorrow. And then I'm just about to put a chicken on to boil, and I'll show you how I do that because it makes really for easy lunches throughout the rest of the week if I can just grab some pre-made chicken, or if I need a quick easy dinner, I already have chicken already made. I'm also going to make a pumpkin pie. I have the crust part ready. I'm just about to stick this in the oven. I had to take a little break because my youngest needed a nap, but she's not really feeling like eating a lot lately, and she will eat pumpkin pie. So I feel like that's nutritious. It has farm fresh eggs in it, raw milk, pumpkin, and use maple syrup as a sweetener. So I feel like that's valid. If I can eat it for breakfast, she can eat it for dinner. So I'm going to pop this into the oven and then get the chicken going, and then I'll show you a little bit of my fridge and my freezer. And you've already seen the pantry, so if you want to see what that looks like, watch our other video on that because we're getting ready for our pantry challenge. So come along, and I can't wait to show you what we're up to. Okay, so I'm out here in the garage. It's kind of chilly, so it's nice. I can keep some of my potatoes, my onions, and that kind of stuff, so it's not too cold like a fridge, but it's not as warm as inside in a pantry. But we also have our freezers here. See if I can show you. There's one freezer. It's a tall upright one. And then we also have this smaller style here. So here I'll show you in our big one. We have a lot of vegetables. It's kind of a mishmash of stuff right now. You saw some of this in our Costco one. We've got our frozen green beans. We have the ice cream bars I talked about. These are some freezer meals for some Thai lettuce wraps that I just made 4 batches the other night. And so now for quick dinners, I can pull that out. We have some pizza junk food down here. And as you can see, we have a ton of space in here, and we're getting a full beef within the next 2 weeks. So I really need to clean all this out. Here's some of my broth that I have frozen. You can see there's just a lot of wasted space. This I'll have to clean up all of this to make way for the beef because that's a lot of meat to put in here, but I like to have a lot of meat. I never shop in the stores for meat, or very rarely, I should say. These are all the chickens, which I'm going to grab one right now and show you how to make it. We grew these ourselves on our property. We raised, I think we ended up with 34 of them, and we started last March to May, I think, or April and May. I forget. I have to look back. We have a vlog about that. But my very first vlog, actually, is about taking our meat birds in to be processed. So anyway, we still have some left, but it would be nice to be able to grow more, which we will hopefully be able to do here soon. And then, again, you don't have to go to the store, and you know what you're eating. You know what type of food that you fed it. I am soy and corn sensitive, so we did not put any soy or corn into their feed, and no fillers or anything like that. So it was just a nice high quality food. And then you get that back in your chicken because you are what you eat. Here is this smaller freezer, chest style, and as you can see, it has tons of space in it because all we have right now is this ground beef, and we ordered 100 pounds of ground beef, so we have almost 100 packages of it. We've been eating off of some of it, so but we still have probably like 90 of them left, and we go through about 2 pounds of burger when we eat burger for our family. Stop and show you something here too. These are my little plants that I have growing right by my washroom. We had green onions the other night, and I didn't want to throw away the ends, so I put them in some soil, and so they're just happy growing, and then we can get the cutoffs. Here's some basil. I planted this a long time ago, and it's not doing all that well. broth, here's a quick, easy way to make your chicken very flavorful, very moist, and also make extra broth to fill into your freezer, because I never buy broth. It's expensive in the store and they put a bunch of junk in it, and even if they don't say MSG, they sometimes say natural flavors, and it costs pennies to make it home, whereas it costs a lot more in the store. And this is just, well, it's basically free because you're gonna cook your chicken anyway. So I'll show you what I do. So first I'm gonna stick my chicken in my pot, just an empty pot. All right, washed my hands from that. Okay, now we need to put in our spices and our flavoring. So I don't know if you've heard of this or not. I hadn't for a long time. I just heard of it. I think it's like the best hack ever. So every time that you're using an onion or carrots or celery, we use a lot of all of those, and there's little ends left, like celery leaves that you don't use, or carrot peels. I have carrot peels in here, the ends of onions that you cut off, and the skins. You just throw them in a bag, and then you stick them in the freezer. And every time you use another something, like making a tuna salad and you needed some celery in it, and you cut off the little ends, and normally you would just throw those away, you just throw them in your bag, and then you just keep this bag in the freezer. You take it out, pop your scraps in it, stick it back in the freezer, because chickens don't like onions, carrots, and celery anyway. So for no waste, this is a great idea. And then when it comes time to make your stock, you already have this bag of already chopped up, like, you can see it's got some old carrot bits in it. It's got the onion skins, has the ends of onions. Now this one does not have the ends of celery, because I just made a batch of broth the other day and I used that up, so I'll have to start on that again. But like the little ends of your onions, you can kind of see those. And the skins make it a really pretty color. So you're just gonna take this, whatever you have on hand, you're just gonna dump it in, and then you can just pop this back into the freezer and you're ready to go again. Okay, to that, I add about 2 tablespoons of salt. It sounds like a lot, but remember you're gonna add probably like 16 cups of water to this at least. That in. Then I have this organic Italian seasoning. I got it at Costco. I don't know if you can find it other places, but anyway, it's a good price at Costco. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of that. Of course, if you still have herbs out in your garden, or if I felt like tromping out in the snow to get them, I could do that too. But I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. This is just quick and easy. I really wish I had the celery, so I might just have to get a fresh stalk so I can stick that in. Or I could use some celery seed. I'll use that. Okay, now I'm going to take my whole pot of chicken here that I've got with all my spices, my onions, everything in it, and then I'm going to fill it to the top with water. There we go. We're just going to let that come to a boil. Okay, this is looking good. I'm going to turn down my temperature about low, and I'm going to put a lid on it. Just let it boil for a couple hours. Well, I think my soup is looking good, or my chicken. Take a look. It's floating to the top. It's starting to pull away from the bone. Can you see that? Oh, and it smells so good. If only you could smell that, you would appreciate it. Well, you would want to eat it. So then you would be inspired to want to make it yourself, because it's that easy and it's that good. And then here is my pumpkin pie. Looks so good. So I think we're just gonna call it a day, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye, friends.